Hello, poker fans. Today we'll be talking about mind readers in poker, and we will focus on one of the best telepathic readers of the game, a sensational player, a wizard, no one other than Daniel Negreanu himself. Kid Poker isn't only just a genius, but also a legend of the game. He has this superpower ability that allows him to predict the moves of his opponent and come out on top during games. We'll be checking out 5 special moments where Daniel Negreanu blew the minds of the poker world with telepathic ability. To see more videos like this one, just hit the subscribe button. Negreanu disrupts the wedding plan. The first today on our list happened in a PokerStar Big Game episode, where he faced a seasoned professional player, Seaver, and a player with not so much experience. The amateur player, Jensen, who he faced on this eventful day, had planned to use whatever money he won during the game to fulfill his wife's dream of having a grand wedding.
So I want to plan that wedding and have a nice wedding for her. And this might give me some of the runway I need, but we'll see.
Unfortunately for him, he had to face Negreanu. It was, however, challenging for Negreanu to face him because sometimes amateurs can be so difficult to predict. Their next move can be surprising, and if you are not careful, you might end up losing the hand. And Jensen was also super motivated because of his wife. After 3 hours of intense battle, Negreanu was able to use his mind read trick to overcome the barrier and win a nice one. The hand started off with Jensen making a limp 3-bet to 10,000 from the low jack. Because he was facing an amateur, Negreanu lost his guard and made a loose call. Scott Seaver on the other side of the table looked happy with his hand. As the hand progressed, Jensen made a big flop, which was 9-7 king 2 diamonds, and then pushed all in with ace high.
Jensen pushes all in with ace high.
Negreanu then started to tease him and use his special telepathic ability to find a way around because he had already flopped his only live card.
Now I'd like to know exactly what that is. 60,600.
Negreanu then began to notice some sort of weakness in Jensen,
Daniel calls,
and then decided to call his $60,000 bet while Seaver folded. Jensen agreed to run the bet once and needed an ace or a queen on the turn and river card to win the bet.
Once or twice, it's up to you.
Once is fine. I think you got me.
This is for the wedding right here. Ace or queen for a beautiful wedding.
Unfortunately, he got diamonds for both cards and lost the bet. Negreanu walks home with the grand prize by just studying the amateur and trusting his gut. Aces or kings. Next on our list today was a popular hand against Shlomi. There was a third opponent named Banyati. The game started when Shlomi made a non-standard 5x open raise. This move surprised Negreanu and confused him a little. He then started to think of what to do next to get him on track. Daniel Negreanu was sure of one thing. He wasn't going to fold because he believed the hand was too good.
But he makes the call.
He decided to make the call. 3 players went to the flop, which contained no 6 for Banyati. The game continues and Shlomi decides to take a step forward. He made a bet size of $1,525. He then decided to make the call.
He does make the call.
A big pot is brewing.
He wasn't pleased with the turn card, but he believed it shouldn't be a problem for him. He made another bet of $2,125, and Negreanu decided to make the call. The river card that came after the call didn't help Shlomi either. He needed something different. He needed a 6, 7, or 8, 9. Shlomi decided yet again to make another bet. He made a bet of $3,000 and expected Daniel to make a call. But Daniel did something crazy. He decided to confuse him with his telepathic ability.
Daniel is determined Angel Small River Bet is a value hand that Kid Poker can't beat.
He raised the bet up to $12,800, something that a player who was disadvantaged wouldn't have done. Now, Shlomi is expected to make the call with $9,800. This shows the extent of Daniel's superpowers. This guy can really read minds, can't he? After raising his bet, Daniel turned to Shlomi and said that all Shlomi has are aces or kings.
You got aces or kings. Can I say that, or is that illegal? Heads up. I can say what he has, but not what I have. I'm thinking aces or kings.
How was he even supposed to know that?
Surely you can beat ace or kings. I have to fold.
He just destroyed Shlomi's plan. Kid Poker versus Poker Brat. The memorable match between Daniel Negreanu and Phil Hellmuth is one not to forget. It was an epic battle, a battle of legends. Negreanu was able to mind read one of the best bluffers of the game. Doyle Brunson, who was another excellent poker player, was also invited in this battle. As the game progresses, Hellmuth makes a call and the flop shows 5-7 queen with Doyle's jack taking the lead. All 3 players decided to check. The turn showed a 4 of spades. Negreanu then called Phil Hellmuth's turn bet, and Doyle Brunson suddenly decided to fold. The river card came in, and it was a deuce of spades. Daniel hits the bottom pair. Phil Hellmuth then put in a bet of $6,000 and expected Daniel to call. But Daniel did something very funny.
Just don't reach for a bunch of those great chips.
Why? You might just shove it on me?
Negreanu makes it 46,000.
He raised the bet up to 46,000. Phil Hellmuth was stunned and confused.
He might have like 6'9" officer to stand there. Good bet.
And Phil lays it down.
Finally got there. Took a while, but I had you.
He nailed it.
Eventually, Phil lost the hand.
I play so bad. I know Daniel's playing the rush and he's going to re-raise.
Yes, that was what I was doing.
knew.
Phil explained that he knew Daniel was going to re-raise, but he just didn't know when he would. Safe to say, Daniel Negreanu is a menace. Tony G refused to show his card. A memorable game where Negreanu was able to explore his telepathic power was the match against the well-known poker player Tony G in the PokerStars Big Game. Tony G is one of the best players of all time who uses his mouth as a weapon to bend his opponents to his will. But on this fateful day, his mouth didn't come with enough ammo to strike Negreanu down. He became a victim of Daniel Negreanu's telepathic power. He must have been a terrible experience for him considering the reputation that precedes him. The hand started off with Tony G opening with a pair of eights, while Daniel Negreanu made a try-bet with ace-10. Negreanu then paid his opponent 4 bets with 24,000. The flop showed 9, 10, and 6, with Daniel leading the top pair, while Tony G has a gut shot.
I'm all in.
Tony shoves.
Tony G then decided to go all in, and left Daniel Negreanu with a decision to pay and generate a pot of 260,000. Things started to get intense in the gaming arena. Both players tried to be very careful with each other, because they've both got a reputation to protect.
Who cares? I guess you have kings now? I can't flop any better, really.
I'm committed again.
No, I know you are. Okay, you can show me one, if you want. One card. Show me
I'll
one
show you
card.
one after you fold.
Oh, I don't plan on folding. I just
Well,
want
then just call. Don't waste
I
your
just
time.
want to see one card.
During the course of their conversation, Negreanu dared Tony G to show him one of his 2 cards. That was a pretty crazy thing to ask from an opponent who knows you are dangerous, but Daniel asked him anyway.
I can't do it this time.
He can't. He's got to stay consistent.
How about if I gave you $1,000 out of my pocket to show one card?
He even offered to pay him $1,000 just to show him.
Even if you gave me $1 million, I wouldn't show you.
$1 million?
Tony G then said he wouldn't show him any of his cards even if he was offered $1 million. Yes, winning the hand meant so much to Tony, he just couldn't afford to lose.
Should have probably
Just
folded.
go with it.
I'm probably going to.
Just go with it.
He says just go with it.
Just go with it.
I'm probably going to call you. I'm just telling you.
I understand.
Oh boy, Tony G. I guess I should. You're a nice guy. All right.
Daniel calls.
You have kings or something?
No, one time. No. 2 8s I have.
Despite not revealing his card, the little conversation that they had helped Daniel Negreanu win the hand. You have just got to be careful when you're around this guy. Just with friendly conversations, he can pick up clues that can make him win a hand even when he is in a disadvantaged position. He is a wizard. Negreanu versus Andrew Roble. Last on our list today was a memorable hand between Daniel Negreanu and a reputable professional poker player, Andrew Roble. This battle happened in one of the episodes of PokerStars Big Cash Game and had the famous Tony G by the table, who didn't participate in the game. This game showed how dangerous a mind reader Negreanu could be. It was a fierce battle with a lot of mind hands between both players. Tony G got exhausted with the game and even almost left.
I'm going to walk out. If these guys are going to come here, waste my time, I'm going to walk out of the game. Canal is thinking 20 minutes every hand he's playing.
With both players taking a lot of time to make their next decision so they don't fall into each other's trap. Well, the time wastage might be one of Negreanu's tactics in studying his opponents. Who knows? You never can tell. Let's check what happened in this hand that made Tony G lose his mind and almost leave. For most of this game, Andrew had the upper hand. Daniel wasn't really enjoying the game because Andrew just kept going at him with every move and kept succeeding. In this particular hand, Roble bets 4,000 with the top pair and forces Daniel Negreanu to play the draw. And yes, Daniel did play the draw. When the turn card came in, it was a 10 of diamonds. And then Andrew had a straight draw. Negreanu now went ahead and bet 8,500. Things got tighter between both players, and Roble had to make a decision. He decided to call. This call placed Negreanu at the edge of a cliff, and for that time period before the river card was revealed, he must have prayed and hoped that the card was a spade. Turned out, it wasn't a spade. It was a 10 of hearts. Now it was time for Negreanu to make a decision. He bet 18,500, and this confused Roble. The large river bet from Negreanu knocked him out, and he didn't know what else to do. While he was thinking of what to do, Tony G exploded.
I'm going to walk out. If these guys are going to come here, waste my time, I'm going to walk out of the game.
He got up and said he couldn't watch the game anymore. He complained that both players were taking too much time trying to make their decisions. Eventually, he didn't leave. He came back to the table and compared live poker games to online poker games.
You play online, it's like quick. 2 seconds, bang, bang, they're pressing buttons. They come here, they freeze up.
After Tony's rant, Andrew finally made a decision.
He folds.
What? After all that, he finally threw it away. What? I mean, I had a 6.
He folded. Wow, a crazy decision for him. Daniel made his bet look like a high-value bet, and this disrupted Robles' decision. He folded when he was at an advantage to win the hand. How does Daniel do it? Thanks for sticking with us. Do you also read minds when you play poker? Let us know in the comments section below. Until next time, bye.